Hi everyone, I'm Lala. I am a clarinetist. I play the clarinet. I am under the tutelage of Dr. Casey Broadway. So for today, I am going to share with you another tips and tricks on how to improve your playing, how to improve your music skills, how to improve your music dictation. If you haven't seen my first video, go check that one out. In that video, I talk about what is orchestra accent, is it important, and I also talk about a little bit of tips on how to get it right the first time. So I also talk about Beethoven's Symphony Number 6. Yeah, I introduced the first excerpt. So in this video, I am going to introduce you to the second most famous in Beethoven's Symphony Number 6, which comes from the second movement. Before we start anything, I will show you how it sounds like. So the excerpt starts at letter D. Okay, it's a clarinet solo. So okay. Now let's hear it. Okay, after hearing that, it has some running notes which you shouldn't be afraid of because it's, when you know it, it's kind of simple. Before we play anything, let me remind you that you have to analyze the piece, you have to know what's going on, you have to know the background of the piece. So before it goes to the running note parts, right, it has gaps between the lines. So the first solo is because it's in 12/8. It can be a little bit confusing because it's 12/8. It has like 12 quavers in a bar. You can mess your countings. So after you know the beat, after you know the value of the rest, after you know when you should come in and when you shouldn't come in, when you should play quiver, when you should play dotted quiver, when you should play everything. When you know the tempo, when you know the beat, then that's good. It doesn't have a lot, like the dynamics is, it only says piano. But in the orchestra, let's imagine, in an orchestra, how many clarinets do you have? Usually you only have 2. Maybe the most clarinet players that you can have in an orchestra, probably 4 or probably more, but usually there is only 4. Okay, so in an orchestra, there are multiples of violinists, multiples of other instrumentalists, right? So compared to you and your section, compared to you, your section, your parts, if it says piano, you are alone, you are playing the melody alone, and if you want to follow what it's written, if you want to follow, okay, I should play piano, you should play piano for the solo, and then people can't hear your solo, then what's the point? Right? So what I'm trying to say here is, don't just simply follow what's written. Are you actually really going to play piano? Because it's your time to shine and it's your part, it's your line. So you have to shine You have to play very beautifully, you have to play very correctly. You have to play forte in Beethoven compared to playing forte in Bruckner. Very different, right? So play according to the situation. Do some research of how are you going to deliver the piece. Like, it all depends on the era, you know, everything is connected. So let's get back to the excerpt. Get the timing right, and then don't rush. Again, don't rush. Play very slowly, start slowly, make sure the notes are correct, make sure you get the right notes. Okay, so talking about notes, I have talked about the value of the notes before. So in this video, in this case, in this excerpt, I'm going to talk about the notes. Let's start at bar 75. It's where the running notes come in. Fret not, don't be afraid, you can do this. It's simple when you when you analyze it, when you think about it, and then you practice, and then oh okay, it's actually that simple. So start off on the measure 75. We start off with a C, and then after C you go to A, C, A, F, C, A, F, D. Okay, so look at the first pattern, the first chord that's written. Okay, so what chord that have a C, an A, and an F? So it is an F major chord. What is a chord? So a chord is when you play 3 or more notes at the same time. Can a clarinet do that? No. A clarinet is a single melody line instrument that can only play 1 note at a time. In this case, it's actually a broken chord, which means that it's arpeggios. Arpeggios is broken chords. It's the same thing. So what do you play? You play the first note and the third note and the fifth note in the scale, and then voila, that's called a broken chord. But if you play on the piano or maybe on the guitar perhaps, you can play more notes, you can play more than 2 notes at the same time, right? So it will form a chord. F major chord, you have an F, you have A, you have C. What you can do to smoothen that part is you practice an F major scale, and then you practice arpeggio before you practice your excerpt. So include all these details in your practice routine. There you have it. The first chord that we have in this excerpt is an F major. So practice that one out. F A C, F A C, F A C. Okay. So you can also change the pattern like I showed you in the past video, and it's to make your muscle memory remembers what it has to do, where it has to go. Okay. So okay, after F major, and then it lands to D. Okay, you have C A F, C A F, D. Okay, make sure, okay, when you practice the F major arpeggio, right, make sure you end it on D. Okay, next chord is, let's check. We have D, we have an F, we have B natural, D, F, and B natural. What chord that have a D, an F natural, and then that has B natural? D, F, B natural, D, F, B natural. A B diminished because you have B natural, D natural, and F natural. It's B, D, F. So it'll be a B diminished over there, and flat, G, E, E, G, B flat, E, G, B flat. Okay, if E major is E, G sharp, and B, if it's E minor, that will be a flat 3, flat third, so it'll be an E, G, and B. But in this case, the B is flattened, so E, G, and B flat. It'll be a diminished chord. Okay. Let's proceed. It goes back to C, F, A, C, F, A, C. It's F major. Practice that one. Practice the other ones too. And then after that, after C, it goes back to D, G, B flat, G minor. There you have it. There goes our analysis. So what I've said just now, take all the chords, so include them in your practice routines, and then when you reach the time to play the excerpt, it'll be easier for you. It'll be much more easier actually. Trust me on this. So what else? Yep, okay, and then after you analyze the chords, and maybe you can, after you analyzing the chords, you can take a look at articulations. So in this excerpt, there's like slurs, da 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 da. Okay, there's nothing much going on, but the end of the excerpt, it has like staccatos. Don't be too harsh on the staccatos, or if there are any other articulations. Okay? When you get a new piece and there's like a lot of notes, don't be afraid. Analyze first. What are the notes? There must be something. Like there must be a chord or something. Must be a way to tackle the situation. So fret not. Even if the note doesn't show a chord or anything, just start slow. Metronome tuner on. Follow your metronome, and then I think that would be all. I think you're good to go. Please practice more of orchestra excerpt because it is very, very important. It's to prepare yourself, okay? Orchestra excerpt is to prepare yourself before you jump into any other longer, harder pieces. Okay? Like follow what's written. Like for example, the crescendo, the dynamics, just follow the articulations if God, follow. Why did the composer write all those articulations? It's because he wants to show what he has in mind of that passage. That's why he wrote down the articulation for us to know how he envisioned the line, how he envisioned the sound should like. So just build your way up. Practice slow and start at 60, start slow and then build your way up. Add in 4 counts more, add in 4 BPMs more if you're comfortable with the tempo already, and then just build your way up until you reach your destination. I wish you best of luck. If you have any questions, if you want to connect with me on my socials, just let me know. I will gladly share with you. So I hope you have a great day. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Keep on practicing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.